Hey guys, just Boosters here, and welcome back to another Digimon video. Today we're doing a gameplay video featuring two purple decks. And if I am correct, these might actually be two exactly identical purple lists. They were being piloted by my friends Mathijs and Chris the Hulk. And they have both primarily been playing purple actually for the 1.0 format, so I am expecting some, at least decently high-level play from these two. And probably two pretty good deck lists as well. But yeah, before, rambling off too much, let's just look at the game. It seems Chris won the die roll, so, had to start going into Tapramon and then into Valmon, which is the blocker for purple. And Mathijs actually went for an evolve into Tapirmon and then just playing an Impmon of his own, possibly to actually set up his graveyard for some more advantage in the latter part of the game. And that seems exactly what he's doing here, swinging with the Impmon into the security after Chris ends his turn by just playing an Gabumon. Impmon, of course, having only 1000 DP, will mostly be deleted every time it attacks security, but that will trigger its effect, where it will actually, mill 3 cards when it is deleted. And that kind of combos well with Math, as you see here, which of course, gives you the ability to retrieve a purple card from your trash, and he opts to actually pick up the Impmon again here, maybe signaling he does not actually have a rookie in his hand. Chris actually doesn't seem to be struggling with that, going into Wizardmon and then into Gabumon, but he actually also swings to security here, maybe hoping to net some draws with Gabumon and Wizardmon, but he runs into the Trump Sword in the security, which allows the left side to delete Valmon, and then he actually plays a Math of his own, so, really equalizing the playing field here, and he actually opts to pick up his own Valmon again, which got deleted by the Trump Sword, of course. Mathijs here goes into Yamon and then into Impmon. Yamon being not the preferred in training or Digi-Egg Digimon. Instead, Pagumon is a little bit better since it helps set up your trash more. And of course, both of these are playing mostly, I would say, toolbox-like purple lists, where they really, focus on getting as much cards into trash as possible, and then later making use of those with cards like Lilithmon, Piedmon, and enabling easy to evolve Beelzemon on top of Impmon as well. Mathijs actually gets access to his own Valmon here and plays a Tapramon, upping the pressure. Chris opts to move his Galmon forward and forgets to unsuspend his Wizardmon here, but it's just a friendly game, so no problem. And he just goes for the swing here, actually. Let's see if Mathijs opts to block it with the Valmon. He actually doesn't, which I think is pretty interesting. We also saw that earlier this game, when Mathijs swung with Impmon, I would say it would have been decent to just block with the Valmon there, but maybe they are playing around Devimon, and there we go, Chris actually does have the Devimon here, so that was pretty heads-up play by the left side, and then he opts to just play his own Impmon, just to, keep the pressure going, really swinging at Mathijs' security each turn, which is one of the strengths of the purple deck, in my opinion. They can sort of freely swing at the security, because when your Digimon gets deleted, they get, to trigger their effects anyway, and it also helps you set up your own trash, because you mostly need 10 for all the good effects. Mathijs actually loses out his Devimon to Chris's Devimon, but this will allow him to drop Beelzemon here, which can of course delete a level 4 or lower Digimon, and he opts to delete Impmon here, probably to play around a Beelzemon from the right side. So that seems like the correct play. But that also ends his turn, and we will see the right side hatching a Pagumon and going straight into Devimon here, which is of course the vanilla for, or not the vanilla, but one of the vanillas or non-effects for purple. He opts to swing with Devimon, but this time the left side opts to block it with the Valmon, trading, leaving the left side with a Beelzemon on field and the right side with a Devimon, so that makes sense, right? For now it definitely looks like the left side is in controlling the much stronger Digimon. However, the right side does have some memory to play with here, and he uses that to slowly evolve up and draw some cards to possibly have some more options on the next turn. I assume the left side will just be swinging here, since the only cards that Beelzemon loses out to are another Beelzemon or Millenniumon. We actually see him swing to Heat Viper here, which has the security effect that you can add it to the hand instead of trigger its main effect when it's hit in the security. I know a lot of people don't really like Heat Viper, but I definitely think playing at least one of those is pretty strong in the purple deck. Mostly because, you know, purple is really a toolboxy deck, and having a lot of options available to you is pretty good. And, you know, Heat Viper is just one more option alongside Trump Sword for good option cards, as well as Night Raid, of course. Trump Sword and Night Raid definitely being two staples, I would say. We actually see Lilithmon coming down here, nice alt art. And it's gonna retrieve, I think, just Night Raid, because that's the only option in the discard pile from the right side. And especially Night Raid is pretty cool as an interaction with Lilithmon, because it basically allows you to bring back one level 3 Digimon from the trash for free, since, you know, Night Raid costs 2 memory, but then after you play the option card, Lilithmon actually gives you the 2 memory back, so you know, it sort of costs 0. And he's actually gonna bring back the Impmon here, so maybe he does have the Beelzemon in hand, and we might see the advantage swing here. Interestingly enough, opting to swing for the security here instead of for the Beelzemon, because I'm pretty sure... Oh no, wait, no, I don't think... I thought Lilithmon had Devimon as a material on it for a minute, but it's Wizardmon, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this makes sense. And then, like I said, the right side has his own Beelzemon coming down. Okay, so we see 2 Heat Viper in the security for the right side here. Which, I'm not sure if 2 Heat Viper is correct, but I definitely think 1 is. And that will actually be the game, because the right side has no blockers, and that means the left side can just swing for game with the Devimon on the field. So the left side taking the lead here, 1-0. I think this mirror match is pretty interesting. I definitely think purple, alongside yellow and green, have, for at least the 1.0 format, the most interesting playstyle and are the most fun to watch. So I think this specific game, you know, the purple mirror match should be a pretty good watch. I also think the deck's pretty skill intensive. I would say it's harder to pilot than something like Omnimon Blue or Omnimon Red for sure, because you just have a lot of more good options available to you, where the Omnimon deck mostly just, you know, turbos into Omnimon as the only viable option. Of course, there's other stuff you can do, but purple just has a lot more going for it in that regard. I'm not saying it is better, of course. I'm just saying it has more viable options while you are playing the game, which you can opt to go for. Right is again starting with the Valmon, and this time left is actually again going into the ramen-loving Tapir, which is Tapirmon, and then actually going into a Valmon of his own. Setting up a little bit of security there. It seems the right side doesn't have that good of a hand, opting to a hard play Devimon here. Maybe he only has 1 rookie in his hand and he wants to keep it for the Digitama Hedge on the next turn. That would make sense. Or maybe he doesn't have one at all. The left side is gonna mill Millenniumon here, which is actually one of the worst cards to mill, since it is actually a white card, so you can't get it back with something like Matt. Which we see here, and Matt is gonna pick up the Tapirmon, which got deleted, and then, you know, allowed him to draw a card. And then left side is actually gonna just play Tapirmon again. So winning out in 1 security in this exchange, basically. Again, it's interesting the right doesn't opt to guard with the Valmon here, since I'm not really sure. The only way that the left side would be able to delete the Valmon after swinging with the Tapirmon would be if he evolved over his own Valmon, and I don't think that's the optimal line of play here. But the right side is gonna actually evolve into Chimeramon here, so it really looks like he doesn't have that many good options. Maybe he has a lot of high level Digimon in his hand, a lot of level 6s, or Millenniumon even. Because you definitely don't want to be evolving into Chimeramon most of the time. But if it is your only option, then I guess it is what it is. The left side has his own Chimeramon coming down here, and it is gonna delete Tapirmon, which will allow him to draw a card once again, and then actually delete the opponent's Chimeramon, but seems like a heads up play. It really looked like the right was setting up to go into level 6, and that will be a lot harder without the Chimeramon on the field. Talking is hard. Chimeramon. Anyway, we're gonna see Wizardmon swing here, and this time actually Valmon is gonna block, which will allow the right side to draw some cards. Or one card. I don't think Gaumon was under the Wizardmon to give him his inheritable ability. And we're actually gonna see Paimon be dropped for the first time in this match, which says on play you can bring back 2 of your level 4 or below purple Digimon. Which can be both really good defensive as well as offensively. This time we'll mostly see it be used offensively, because it's just gonna bring back the 2 Devimon in the trash. So definitely looks like the right purple deck is in a pretty commanding position here. But we'll see if left actually managed to get back into the game, because while Paimon's effect is really strong, it does have the downside where it is really expensive. And we actually see the right side milling Heat Viper here, and then picking it up with Lilithmon, so definitely think the left side got pretty lucky doing that. I remember while I was editing this video, I actually heard the player on the right say, or no, I think it was the player himself say he got really lucky here. And he's gonna get rid of the blocker and one of the Devimons, and then he's just gonna swing with his Lilithmon, taking out the Devimon in security. Opting to end his turn with a Gabuon. So yeah, Paimon very strong, but, you know, giving your opponent a lot of memory, not always that strong. Right is gonna hedge Yamon here. And first just gonna swing with Paimon, and he's again gonna run into Trump Sword, just like happened in the first game. This is really one of the things that can really influence the game a lot. If you have really strong options in the security, mostly in exactly stuff like Trump Sword or Gaia Force, those can definitely swing the game in your favor if you're in a losing position. And I definitely feel the left player's getting pretty lucky here in the second game. I'm not saying he's like playing not good, but Lady Luck is definitely smiling down on him. But it seems the tables have turned, and he's actually swinging into a Trump Sword of his own this time, which is gonna take out his Valmon. He's gonna go into a Devimon here. I think it's pretty smart. He's actually going to the Devimon with the Digimon that's in the battle area, because this means if the right side wants to swing into the Devimon, he is gonna lose out his own Digimon. And the Gaumon was suspended anyway. However, in this case, of course, the Digimon that is gonna attack is a Millenniumon, which has the ability that if it does have Digivolution sources when it is deleted, it will actually just come back. So actually not netting the left player that much advantage this time. And we're gonna see right actually play Matt here. So from this point on, they're both gonna be starting with 3 memory each time, which is good. It is gonna enable potential next Paimon drop if it comes down to that. Because if he didn't have Matt, possibly the left side could keep putting him on just 1 memory, and then it's literally impossible to bring out Paimon. So Devimon is gonna take out the less security here, which will be Impmon. So pretty lucky Devimon actually surviving the attack. And then the left player is gonna follow it up with a Night Raid, which is gonna bring back a level 3 Digimon, of course. We'll see probably, yes, the ramen loving Digimon Tapirmon. And then he's just gonna hard play Wizardmon here, which is smart. This way he has, for the next turn, he will probably have 2 Digimon to attack with, so the right side definitely has to bring out, 2 blockers to actually make sure to not lose on the next turn. Millenniumon is gonna take out Devimon here, I assume. Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. And maybe we'll see a Beelzemon drop to take out one of the other Digimon, and then I honestly think the only way out of this is another Paimon drop. So we'll see if he has that. Or, yep, that is true. Or Heat Viper. Heat Viper's gonna take out Impmon here, and both the Digimon on the left side. So we might actually see a little comeback here. Who knows? Everything is possible, of course. Paimon is gonna be hedged here, and then actually the left side is gonna drop Paimon. If you've seen Mathijs' deck profile, he actually talked about how he didn't like this card at all and considered cutting it, but it ended up still being in the deck. But he's still not a huge fan of it, but I definitely think it's, pretty strong in this particular game state. So the right side is now gonna hatch Pokemon, and he's again gonna have to get rid of 3 Digimon basically, or get rid of 2 and put up a blocker. Right is again gonna attack into the Trump Sword, but this time pretty lucky he doesn't have any unsuspected Digimon, so yeah, good on him. Definitely the correct play to attack first. Okay, so that is 1 blocker. Will we see another Paimon or another Heat Viper? We will. So Wright's still not out of this game. Still hanging in there, but I must say it's, definitely getting harder each time. Heat Viper actually doesn't have to pop a purple Digimon, so he can pop the Millenniumon on the field, which, is a bit rough because it was definitely his main attacking Digimon at this point, so it will be hard to apply pressure after this, but, it's definitely better than not surviving the next turn. Paimon is gonna swing here, which, of course, the right side is forced to block with Valmon. And I assume Lev will just try to play like multiple rookies now to keep applying the pressure. There is no way Wright is gonna attack for a game anyway. Actually opting to just go into Digimon here, signaling maybe he doesn't have multiple rookies and he doesn't want to, hard play level 4 to give the right side a lot of memory to again put up multiple blockers. We're actually gonna see Paimon get dropped here, so the game might last a little longer. Or not, if you want to spoil yourself and look at the amount of minutes left in this game. But yeah, gonna put up 2 blockers here, and yeah, that's just not enough, basically, because the left side has 3 attacking Digimon, and we have Beelzemon. He can actually get rid of one of those as well, even though it isn't necessary, and then just swing for game. So yeah, pretty solid 2-0 victory by Purple against Purple, of course. If you did like this gameplay video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you have any cool Digimon content ideas you would like to see, be sure to let me know in the comments, because I'm really looking forward to doing more Digimon content videos. So yeah, bye guys!